Hi everyone, welcome back to a new weekend episode from Diwan-e-Ghalib Meri Zubani, DGMZ. To all our returning viewers, we are very glad you could join us again. And for the new viewers, welcome to the podcast. We are happy that you discovered the podcast and decided to tune in for the first time. For the new viewers, my recommendation would be to access the introductory episode because that episode will give you insights into the inspiration and motivation behind this podcast. Also, just for your awareness, we currently have two playlists. The first playlist consists of these weekend episodes where we cover one ghazal from Diwan-e-Ghalib every week. The second playlist is for bonus episodes. These episodes are still around Urdu poetry, around Mirza. There are also episodes related to events we have at DGMZ. So explore both the playlists and then whatever interests you, feel free to access that episode. For the viewers who usually tune into these weekend episodes where we go into Ghazal one after the other from Diwan-e-Ghalib every weekend, I would recommend that you also check out the bonus episode playlist. In the last few days, we have posted, I think, 2 episodes in that playlist. One was an episode where we celebrated Valentine's Day. We picked up one aspect of love and had a great impression and discussion around it with lot of quotes and Sher from lot of shires. The word and the jazba we picked up was izhar, which translates into declaration of love or proclamation of love. We also posted another bonus episode to commemorate Mirza's death anniversary. It's a brief, short episode, but again, some nice share from Mirza Ghalib, just celebrating life. So check them out if you have time. Now, if you were with me in the last episode, you know we completed Ghazal 16. So today we get to start a new Ghazal. And today's Ghazal is Ghazal 70. Now, in the Diwan, it has 5 couplets. And as always, I'm going to read the entire Ghazal once and then we will get into the impressions verse by verse. So this is how it goes. एक एक कतरे का मुझे देना पड़ा हिसाब, खून-ए-जिगर वदियत-ए-मिज़गान-ए-यार था. ये मक्ता है गज़ल का. अब मैं हूँ और मातम-ए-यक शहर-ए-आरज़ू, तोड़ा जो तूने आईना तिमसाल-दार था. गलियों में मेरी नाश को खींचे फिरो की मैं, जान-दादा-ए-हवा-ए-सर-ए-रहगुज़ार था. मौज-ए-सराब-ए-दश्त-ए-वफा का न पूछ हाल, हर जर्रा मिस्ल-ए-जौहर-ए-तेग आब-दार था. मक्ता अर्ज़ किया है. कम जानते थे हम भी गम-ए-इश्क को परब, कम जानते थे हम भी गम-ए-इश्क को परब, देखा तो कम हुए पे गम-ए-रोज़गार था. So, the first thing that came to mind when I was going through this ghazal was that so far we have covered 16 ghazals from Diwan-e-Ghalib, but this is the first time where, at least in my memory, Ghalib is very clearly detailing the event of the death of the lover. I do not remember him capturing this so clearly as an event in the ghazals we have previously covered. I might be wrong, but that's what came to mind. That was the first thing that came to mind. Now, let's get into the ghazal verse by verse. So, पहला शेर, the first couplet, एक एक कतरे का मुझे देना पड़ा हिसाब. Approximate translation is, I had to account for each and every drop of blood. Second line, Qhuun-e-Jigar Vadiat-e-Mizhgaan-e-Yaar tha. Approximate translation, the blood of my heart, the blood in my heart was pledged to her eyelashes, to the beloved's eyelashes. So that's the approximate translation. Now, to get deep into the essence of this sher, we have to get into a concept that Ghalib uses often in his ghazals. So this concept is around the eyelashes of the beloved. Of course, beloved is beautiful. Everything about her is beautiful. Her face is beautiful. And so are the eyes and the eyelashes. But it seems that the eyelashes in particular have been quoted by Ghalib many times, and in a very unique way. Some would even call it strange, but in a very unique way, wherein Ghalib says, in different ways, right? Of course, Ghalib had no dearth of impressions. He could express in many ways the same thing. So in multiple ways, Ghalib again and again tries to detail this fact that the eyelashes of the beloved are a cause of pain to his heart. Whenever she looks at him, whenever she flutters her eyelashes at him, even the normal blinking of the eyelashes that she does has the power to pierce his heart, not just affect his heart, not just impact his heart, but actually pierce the heart so deeply as to draw blood from it. And while we are describing this, let me share with you a few couplets from Ghalib himself on the same topic. So this one is from the 10th ghazal, and we have covered this ghazal in one of the previous episodes. 10th ghazal, second couplet. बयां क्या कीजिए बेदादे कविश हाय मिज़गां का कि हर यक कतरा एक खूने दाना है तस्बीह मरजां का. The approximate translation is that don't even ask me to begin detailing the effect of those eyelashes. I don't even know how to begin detailing the effect of those eyelashes on me, the impact on me, because to me it almost seems that each and every drop of the blood she draws from my heart by piercing my heart through her eyelashes just goes and becomes this coral bead in the prayer necklace she keeps rotating in her hands. So she's drawing blood from my heart and turning it into coral beads of her prayer necklace. And if we focus on the first line, एक एक कतरे का मुझे देना पड़ा हिसाब. So Ghalib is saying that I had to account for each and every drop of blood that I shed, that my heart shed. And here the blood from the heart, not any blood from the heart. Because the eyelashes, they go and pierce his heart. So blood from the heart, he's saying, I had to account for it. And again, this concept also he has covered in many of his ghazals, where he goes ahead and says that I and my physical body is pledged to my beloved in love. And hence, by extension, everything in it is pledged to my beloved in love. उनका एक ये जो शेर है, सरापाए रहनाए इश्क ना गुज़ीरे उल्फते हस्ती, इबादत बर की करता हूँ और अफसोस हासिल का. सो इसमें जो सरापाए रहनाए इश्क, that is the concept. Sarapa is head to toe, Rehna is to be pledged, Ishq is love. So that word complex clearly says from head to toe, I am pledged to love and by extension to my beloved. So ये एक हक है जो गालिब ने बिलवड को दिया है. ये एक हक है जो गालिब ने बिलवड को दिया है. ये एक प्लेज है जो गालिब ने बिलवड को किया है कि मैं and everything contained in me belongs to you, and especially this heart and the blood that flows through this heart belongs to you. And the beloved also at her end clearly stakes this ownership on Ghalib's heart and the blood flowing through that heart. The beloved also very comfortably holds him accountable for any blood that his heart sheds, because per the beloved, this heart and the blood in it is pledged to her. And there is also another sher from Ghalib which kind of somewhat ties into what we are discussing. So this sher goes like this: जहाँ दी हुई उसी की थी, हक तो यूं है कि हक अदा ना हुआ. So the approximate translation is, I gave up my life, I sacrificed my life, but the life was hers to begin with. I sacrificed a life that was hers to begin with. And हक तो यूं है कि हक अदा ना हुआ. The truth of the matter is, I really did not make any sacrifice. The truth of the matter is, I really did not make any sacrifice, or I did not fulfill my responsibility of sacrificing something for her. Because how can you sacrifice something which you anyways got as a gift from someone else? And here, of course, in our context, we will say we are talking about the beloved, but in the Sufi context, this is God. That giving up your life for God is pretty much no sacrifice. because the life to begin with was given to you by God. What you were required to do was to use that life in ways which would please God, serve His people. And if you have not done that and just sacrificed your life for God, then that is not a sacrifice, because that is more like returning something that was lent to you, and now you got to give it back after using it. So it just brings this Sher into a different paradigm, right? Where Ghalib is almost equating the beloved with God, almost saying that whatever I am, my existence is because of you. This life is because of you. This heart belongs to you. And by extension, the blood in this heart belongs to you. So yes, and you have this ability to withdraw blood from my heart using those eyelashes. So yeah, I will account for every drop of it. I owe it to you because I have pledged it to you. And with equal ardor and ownership, the beloved at her end is also, it seems, taking full accountability of Ghalib and the blood his heart bleeds, because she also feels entitled to Ghalib and everything that is Ghalib, including his heart. एक ये आनंद नारायण मुल्ला का शेर है, खूने जिगर के कतरे और अश्क बन के टपके, किस काम के लिए थे, किस काम आ रहे हैं. So crying tears of blood, or having the blood of your heart make way to your eyes when there is extreme grief and pain and distress, is something which a lot of poets have described. The only difference in our couplet is that Ghalib's blood from his heart, in this couplet at least, is not being shed through his eyes. It is being drawn by the eyelashes of the beloved when she uses those eyelashes to pierce his heart. Now, of course, that explains the Sher and why what and why Ghalib feels so responsible in terms of accountability to the beloved, because Ghalib genuinely believes that he and his entire existence, the heart and the blood included, belongs to the beloved. He owes it to the beloved, and hence the beloved has all the right to keep stock of it. But one more thing that comes to mind is the beloved at her end. The beloved at her end is doing something as simple as fluttering her eyelashes. Right? She is looking at him, fluttering her eyelashes, probably just moving those eyelashes like any normal person would when talking, as part of expression, etc. So this simple physical gesture at her end is causing this huge metaphorical reaction at Ghalib's end, where he almost feels the impact of these innocent fluttering eyelashes so intensely and deeply that it seems to him that these eyelashes are actually drawing blood from his heart, deep within his heart. एकदम ऐसा लगता है as if we are talking about the butterfly effect. Very briefly put, in chaos theory, the butterfly effect is the idea that small things can have non-linear impacts on a complex system. And one of the metaphorical examples is that details of a tornado, right? Things like the exact time of its formation, the path it will take, etc., can be influenced or are influenced by very, very small and minor incidents, as small and minor and distant as a butterfly flapping its wings several weeks earlier. So the gist is, a very small thing at one end, if passed through a complex system, can produce a huge impact at the other end. So बिल्कुल ऐसा लगता है कि the beloved's eyelashes are that tiny butterfly that flutters its wings weeks before the tornado, and probably in Ghalib's case, not weeks. This tornado is happening instantly, but she's doing something as simple as fluttering her eyelashes, and here at Ghalib's end, there is this huge typhoon, this huge tornado of emotions and intensity and reaction. Let's move on to the next शेर. अब मैं हूँ और मातम-ए-यक शहर-ए-आरज़ू. So the approximate translation is, now what is left is just me and this all-encompassing mourning and grief I have for this city of desires. Second line, तोड़ा जो तूने आईना तिमसाल-दार था. The mirror that you broke. The mirror that you broke had almost this magical ability of capturing reflections, pictures, figures. So that is the approximate translation. Now, first line, अब मैं हूँ और मातम-ए-yak-shahr-Aarazuu. So if we get into this one, city of desires, a city of hopes, dreams, wishes, and Ghalib all by himself wandering in this city with this never-ending lament and grief of unfulfilled desires and wishes. So we know that Ghalib never wished small, right? उनका वो इतना मशहूर शेर है कि हज़ारों ख्वाहिशें ऐसी कि हर ख्वाहिश पे दम निकले, बहुत निकले मेरे अरमा लेकिन फिर भी कम निकले. Approximate translation is, a million desires I had, and for each desire I put all behind it. I gave it all I had, and I did this a million times, and yet I feel I fell short. I should have wished more. I should have wished more. I should have wished harder. So he never wished for small things in small quantities. So the city of desires that he is now wandering in, lamenting all by himself, is a city built by him and his desires. There were so many, There were so many that they have now, by their sheer quantity, almost created a structure resembling a well planned city. But these are, it's almost a heap, a big heap of his desires, basically. But it's almost like a city because he has wished for everything. He has wished a whole world with his beloved. And it has almost created a world or a city around him. And now he is all by himself in this city, mourning the unfulfilled nature of all these desires and wishes. And in the second line, Todaa jo tune Aainaa Timsaal-Daar tha, he is addressing the beloved. That the mirror that you broke, the mirror that you broke was almost magical. It could capture reflections, it could capture pictures, it could capture figures inside it, right? So pehli baat to, the first thing that we have to get into is the Maatam. So he's all by himself, and there is this Maatam. Now Maatam is not just plain simple grief and pain. Maatam has a finality to it, because Maatam is grieving an end. It is not just grieving something painful. Maatam has a connotation of an end. It has a finality to it. It has a finality to it. Now, परवीन शाकिर का ये शेर है, मातम की फ़ज़ा है शहर दिल में, मातम की फ़ज़ा है शहर दिल में, मुझ में कोई शख्स मर गया है. The approximate translation is, there is this environment created of Maatam in the city of my heart. It seems as if someone has died inside of me. So, coming back to what I was saying, Maatam is not just grieving. Maatam is grieving the end of something. It has a finality to it. It is usually associated with the death of something or someone. So, Ghalib using this word brings a finality to the mourning and grieving he's doing for his desires. And the second line tells you why. Why does he feel as if he is mourning the death of his desires? Not just them not being unfulfilled at this point in time, but actually the death of the hope of these desires ever getting fulfilled. The second line details it. It is because the beloved has gone ahead and broken the heart. The mirror refers to the heart. So the heart of the lover has been described as a mirror. And इस पे वो गाना याद आ रहा है फ्रॉम द मूवी हम दिल दे चुके सनम. अगर मिले खुदा तो पूछूंगा खुदाया. If I ever get to meet God, I will ask him, O God, जिस्म मुझे दे के मिट्टी का शीशे का दिल क्यों बनाया? Why did you give me a body made of soil but gave me a heart made of a mirror? और उस पे दिया फितरत कि वो करता है मोहब्बत, वाह रे वाह तेरी कुदरत. And to top it, you gave this heart this strong tendency to love. A strong, strong tendency to love, knowing fully well that in love, this heart will break. Well, then you should have made this heart also of soil so that it was tough and resilient like the rest of the body. But no, you go ahead, you go ahead and put in a strong body this heart as fragile as a mirror. And then you put in this heart this strong tendency to love. What kind of game are you playing here? What are you trying to do? Why did you do it like this? Knowing fully well that the heart would be broken a million times because of this strong tendency to love. So, yes, the heart of the lover is a mirror, and the beloved has gone ahead and broken it. Now, one can interpret it in two ways. I will tell you both, and then I will tell you my favorite one too. So the first way is the beloved went ahead, broke his heart. Like any mirror that breaks, the heart shattered into a million pieces. And those are the million pieces that have created that city of desire. Because now there are so many. First it was just one heart with this one wish. Now she broke the heart, and now there are a million pieces. And all the desires and wishes are scattered around. And they are the ones which Ghalib is lamenting in that city of desires. The second way, which is my favorite way, is to think that he had a heart, in that he had this one wish for the beloved. The beloved comes and thinks, let me break his heart and put an end to this whole saga. Break his heart, get over with it. He will get over with it, I will get rid of it. She goes ahead, breaks Ghalib's heart. But Ghalib tells her, you forgot, this is no ordinary heart. Granted, it's a mirror, but you forgot that mirror has this magical ability to capture an image, a picture, a reflection, by extension a wish, because we are talking about the heart, which is like a mirror, right? So when you broke my heart, you broke it into 1,000 million hearts. You created 1,000,000 hearts out of one. And now each heart holds that wish, or each heart holds its own wish. And of course this is Ghalib's heart, so the wish is beloved. And now you have you came here to end the problem, but you have somehow increased the problem multifold. What are you going to do now? अब क्या करोगी? अब दिल तोड़ दिया आपने, पर ये दिल टूट के ख़त्म नहीं हुआ, अब तो 1000 दिल बन गए. और अब एक दिल में एक ख्वाहिश नहीं, अब इन हज़ारों दिलों में ख्वाहिशें हैं. अब कितने दिल तोड़ोगी? अब कितनी ख्वाहिशें मारोगी? So, I like that impression. Frankly, that's the way it came across to me. But it seems that it can go the other way also. Totally up to you what you relate to. Being true to the spirit of DGMZ podcast, we only get into the impressions. We are not trying to do an accurate translation or interpretation here. We are just capturing how it comes across to us. So these are the two ways it came across to me, and more strongly in the second version, which I shared with you. Okay, moving on to the third शेर. गलियों में मेरी नाश को खींचे फिरो की मैं. take my corpse and drag it through the streets. Jaan-daada-e-Hawaa-e-Sar-e-Rahguzaar tha. I was the one who was willing to give up their life to experience being the breeze, experience the freedom of the breeze that flows through the streets and paths and bylanes. I was willing to give up my life for that, to feel that, to experience that. Just the freedom of a breeze going anywhere and everywhere they want. So that is the approximate translation. Now, before we get into the impression, just a minute on the background concept here. So, like I said when I was starting the episode, is Ghazal mein in this Ghazal for the first time you see Ghalib talking about his death so starkly, at least the first time in the Diwan. So we have done 16 Ghazals. पहली बार ऐसे clearly बात कर रहे हैं अपने death की. Now, when a lover dies, they have a different mindset about their death and this final journey they are going to make to their resting place. This last journey they are going to make to their final resting place. And of course they are dead, so they are not going to be making this journey. There will be people who will be carrying them through this journey. They will be carried by people through this last journey. And many poets, cum lovers, right, have in painful detail put together how they would want this journey to be. What would they want to do during this journey? How would they want this last journey to pan out? And inevitably, the focus of it is always the beloved. Because the lover knows that now they are dead. This is their last journey to their final place of rest. To the lover, it is the last opportunity. The last opportunity to see, feel, interact, be in the vicinity, inform, connect, communicate with the beloved. The last opportunity in this earthly world. Because they know that once they are put to rest, there's no coming back from there. There's no coming back from there in the earthly sense. In the earthly sense, it's over. They will be gone for all practical purposes from the face of the earth. And there is just no chances of them in their earthly form ever coming close to the beloved again. So the lovers usually want the last journey to have the beloved included in it, one way or the other. Everybody has their own desires and have their own plans about it, but मुद्दा यही रहता है कि किसी न किसी तरह उनसे, उनके पास से होते हुए ले जाओ. सो इसमें आप कुछ शेर हम लोग we will go through which will help us get the essence of this जज्बा. सो फिदवी लाहौरी का ये शेर है. चल साथ की हसरत दिले महरूम से निकले, चल साथ की हसरत दिले महरूम से निकले, आशिक का जनाजा है ज़रा धूम से निकले. So the approximate translation is, walk with me, beloved, so that this long held desire of my heart gets fulfilled. And what is that long held desire? That we both walk the same path together. So walk with me. Ashik ka janaza hai zara dhoom se nikle. After all, this is a death procession of a lover, your lover. Let everybody see the glory of it. Because when you walk with me, these people will carry me, and when you walk beside me, the world will know that I loved you and you loved me. So even in this last journey, one time, if you could, of course throughout the lifetime it didn't happen, but if you could join me and walk with me the same path, now it will just glorify my death and my death procession. मीर तकी मीर का ये शेर है, आखिर आऊंगा नाश पर अब आ, कि ये आशिक तमाम होता है. The approximate translation is, you had told me that you will come over my dead body. You know, we have this general phrase in English, over your dead body kind of a thing. So you had told me over your dead body. Well, come, because I am dead now. Your lover is dead now. फनी बदायूं का ये शेर है, वो उठा शोरे मातम आखिरी दीदारे मैयत पर, अब उठा चाहती है नाश, ए फामी देखते जाओ. So the approximate translation is, one can hear the noise of the crying and the wailing over my dead body by all my well-wishers. The noise can be heard far and wide. Come now. And come now as in, beloved, come now. Because I now want to take everyone's leave, including yours, and go to my final resting place. But I can't do that till you come. So come to my burial, and after that I would like to take everyone's leave and go and rest in my final place. So ये एक बहुत इंटेंस, बहुत पेनफुल जज्बा होता है लवर का, because they are dead and they are leaving the world, and सिर्फ दो प्रायोरिटीज़ होती हैं उनकी probably. एक तो जाने से पहले, before I go completely from this world, before I disappear completely from this world and get buried 6 feet deep under, can I by some way interact with her one more time? And by interaction, just basically either she comes in my vicinity or I go in her vicinity. So this sher where he says that drag my corpse through the streets is him trying to get into her vicinity. Because the idea is, well, if you drag me, and drag is the literal translation, but what he means is, if you carry my corpse as part of my death procession, if you carry my corpse through all the streets and by lanes which she frequents, there is a good chance that in one of those streets or by lanes, she actually will be there. And she will get to see me, and I will get to see her. Of course, he is dead, but still, That doesn't matter. Even my dead body, if it can see or be in her vicinity, that will be a glorious thing for me. And of course, the second thing is that I am dependent on someone to do this for me because I'm dead now. So I will need someone to do this for me. Either she will have to come to me or you guys will have to take me to her. Well, I cannot do it myself. एंड ये गालिब का स्टाइल आप देखिए कितना मैटर ऑफ फैक्टली बोल देते हैं कि भाई ये एक हसरत थी उनकी गली में जाने की जिसके लिए हम जान भी दे सकते थे, अब जान चली गई, ले चलो. But you have to stop and pause and think, what would it have taken for him to come to the state where he's dead and this wish still remains unfulfilled? So basically, there has been a lifetime spent hoping and wishing to be able to go and frequent her streets, her dwelling place, her neighborhood. But the wish never got fulfilled. Number one, because this was unrequited love. She never reciprocated her love, his love. He was not invited by her there. Otherwise, he would have loved to, like any lover, frequent her streets and neighborhood, where they would walk down the same path hand in hand. People would see them, people would know that's a couple. But Ghalib never got to do that. But I'm sure he wanted to. तेरी गली में सजदे करके हमने इबादत गाह बना दी, झूम के जब रिंदों ने पिला दी, शेख ने चुपके से दुआ दी. So every lover wants that, to have that right to frequent his beloved's neighborhood, streets, be with her, go public with her, roam with her, whatever, right? Ghalib never got to do that, and that is why this desire has remained unfulfilled. And hence the request in this couplet that, can you please take my corpse through all the streets? Because throughout my life, I was willing to give up my life to be able to roam through these streets free like a breeze, right? And by extension, the streets of my beloved. And now that I am dead, can we do this now? Can we do this now? And इसमें मीर तकी मीर की एक गज़ल है, बहुत लंबी गज़ल है, हम पूरी गज़ल तो नहीं पढ़ सकते हैं इन इंटरेस्ट ऑफ टाइम, बट उसके कुछ शेर ज़रूर पढ़ सकते हैं और पढ़ेंगे. सो दिस इज़ हाउ इट गोज़. जो तुझ बिन ना जीने को कहते थे हम, जो तुझ बिन ना जीने को कहते थे हम, सो इस अहद को अब वफा कर चले. Approximate translation is, that claim I used to make, that I will learn how to live without you. Well, today that claim is fulfilled. By extension, I'm dead now. So I am living without you. For that matter, without anything, I'm not living. वो क्या चीज़ है आह जिसके लिए हर एक चीज़ से दिल उठाकर चले. What was that thing, everybody wonders, that was so dear to my heart, that for it I distanced my heart from everything else. बहुत आरज़ू थी गली की तेरी, सो यहाँ से लहू में नहा कर चले. Beautiful शेर, exact match to our couplet. Approximate translation is, had such intense desire to be able to walk down your street. And when nothing worked, gave up my life, and now, yes, my corpse will walk down your street. And my desire will be fulfilled. जबी सजदा करते ही करते गई, हके बंदगी हम अदा कर चले. Approximate translation is, my forehead bowed to you a million times. A million times. And this is how I fulfilled my responsibility of worshipping the person I love. Because that is what true love requires. That you worship the person you love. And I did that. And last Sher, कहें क्या जो पूछे कोई हमसे मीर, जहाँ में तुम आए थे क्या कर चले. मक्ता है गज़ल का. The approximate translation is that what do I answer when people ask me, what did you achieve, Mir? What did you come in this world to do, and what did you exactly do, when you were in this world? So basically, the approximate meaning is, I do not have any good answers for people who ask me what I did with my life. Because after all I did with my life was love. And give it up in love. I do not have fancy answers other than this. This is all I did. So, yes, in this Sher, Ghalib is very clearly wanting to fulfill the desire of being part of his beloved's dwelling, neighborhood, bylanes, streets. A desire he could not fulfill when he was alive. A desire which every lover holds very dear to their heart. They want to be able to walk hand in hand with the person they love in their person's familiar territory. Because what that means is that both parties are going public with their love. They are declaring that this is my person. And when you don't get to do that, that is the jazba which Ghalib has captured in this couplet. I think we will stop here today for this episode. The other two couplets are also fully loaded, and I think we will be able to do them more justice if we cover them in the next episode. I do hope you enjoyed the impressions of the first three couplets. If you did, please click like. Feel free to leave a comment if you have any feedback on it. And I look forward to completing this ghazal in the next episode. Till then, everybody, lots of love and light to you. Thanks for watching. There you go.